Good morning, everybody. Gary Webb here, New Mexico. We're camped up here on the side of the road, checking out some more country. This is a time of year when I like to get out, see what the trails are like, maybe find where some acorns are making, or maybe where some bears might be, where some elk are, deer are, what the trails are like, where it's rained, where it hasn't, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna I actually came in here yesterday afternoon and rode back in the Leopold Wilderness, and thought I might bring you along, and we're going to be going through where a fire burned back in 2022. It's been 3 years now, and thought you might be interested in seeing how it's coming back in the Leopold Wilderness here. So I'm just coyote camping here, scorching up a little breakfast in my fancy $150,000 living quarter trailer here. But we're not doing anything fancy camping. We're being mobile here. So anyhow, we're gonna finish some of this jet boil coffee and scorch up some breakfast, and we'll start up the trail. So. I'm taking the rear arm around on the... Yeah, actually we're trailering down the road to a different trailhead, check out a little bit different spot. Today it's about 8 miles down there, so we're on the road. We got Jimmy raring to go, spec loaded, and I'm sort of raring to go. Yeah, here me and Spec are in maybe about 3 miles now, and here's another example of the fire not burning real hot. It's coming back nice, lots of grass, ground cover. But yeah, it don't look too bad at all for a pretty major wildfire right through here. But we will find some torch spots here later, and we'll show you the difference. Yeah, here we are coming up on a pretty good relic from the past. This was an old well over here, and used to be on a windmill tower, but the mill blew off way back before my time, and they used it this pump jack motor to pump the well, and then it went off over in a storage trough there. The old mill fell down a long time ago, but it's been about 30 years maybe now since they've had cattle in here. And I've tried to get the government to maybe clean up a little bit of the junk and drop a solar pump and throw up a panel, and boom, have some permanent wildlife water and maybe some water for some campers, hunters, whatever. But they didn't seem too interested in doing it. Again, you can burn a little hotter on some of these hillsides, but didn't really hurt all that much right through here. Yeah, I pretty much killed all the trees up this ridge, but there is grass coming back, and these burnt trees will be here for years and years and years. But at least there's some grass coming back. Yeah, here's a little cooked area, some juniper pinon country. It's kind of interesting. You can, and those are live oaks right there, where you would thought killed the tree, but you can see this kind of sprouting back from the base. And that's kind of a common thing. But yeah, burn kind of hot through here. Coming up on one of the few tanks that I've never seen go dry. It's pretty low for this tank, but I've never seen this one go dry. Well, here we are on another one of my secret trails. About the only place you can get across this particular drainage, so I'm down stretching my legs, seeing what the trail's like. So trail seems to be pretty good, so we'll take it. Yeah, if you miss the spot, you run into all these bluffs and whatnot, and you just can't make it. But we're still on the secret trail, so we'll get rimmed out of here. Some more parky country here that burnt pretty cool. Didn't really hurt all that much. Hadn't rained much here, but didn't really hurt all that much. Here we are coming up on another one of these dirt tanks. Dry as a bone. And looks like it's been dry for a while. Sorry, Jimmy, you're not gonna get a drink here. Back off, stretching my legs, coming down this rocky point here. This is actually the way they brought up that bulldozer to build that last tank we were just by. And had to be a pretty good job to bring it up this. But anyhow, me and Speck are picking our way off this thing. Had to be pretty tough on machine bringing it up this thing. Anyhow, pretty tough on me just walking down that. Yep, we're a couple of miles from the truck maybe now. It's been a long day. Tomorrow, plan on checking a little bit different country. So, Glad we're just about there. I'm kind of tired. Here we are starting another day. Say good morning, Jimmy. And gonna trailer down the road the other direction and check out a little bit different country on our way home. So we're having coffee, got the bacon cooking. Life is good. Coyote camp all packed up. We're ready. Scoots up and we're fixing to head down the road. Yeah, here me and Scoot here are going through some pinon and juniper country that pretty much killed all the trees, but we are getting some ground cover and some grass, weeds kind of coming back, so that's kind of good to see. And head up to a little bit higher country here. See what we see. And this is kind of what it looks like in a spot where the fire excuse me, where the fire kind of skipped this little spot. Just for a little comparison. But and fires will do that. They'll leave little islands and whatnot out here, which is probably a good thing. Here's some pine country where it didn't burn all that hot, didn't kill the trees. You can see kind of what it looks like. And didn't really hurt anything, but you can see right here it's scorched these trees pretty darn good. What do you say, Jimmy? Up pretty high, but it did not kill the tops. They came back. So where it doesn't burn real hot, it actually kind of does some good, you know. Looks good in here. But we will see some country where it pretty much chicharroned it. So one of the major drainages in the Leopold here, and it burnt pretty hot down through here. And there's actually a trail that goes off right here, but it's probably pretty dangerous to go off of now, so I think we'll skip this little area. And did make it down to the bottom one time. The year it burned, and it pretty much flooded and scoured out the bottom of that canyon. Used to be real pretty meadows and stuff, but it pretty much flooded it away, and gonna take a long time to heal up. So here's kind of a cool burnt juniper tree, kind of holed out. It's a big one. What do you think, Jimmer? This tree was probably, just gauging from the size and what they've estimated, this tree's probably 1,100 years old, 1,000 years old. Anyhow, kind of cool how it burned it out like that. But so anyhow, here we are coming up
a pretty major drainage. It's pretty lush, pretty green here right now. But it's got a nice creek running down through here. You can see some of the burnt bases of these trees. Didn't really do much right through here. Yeah, I got this nice little creek running down through here. Actually pretty lush in through here right at the moment. And hadn't been flooded out too bad, doesn't look like. Quite a few beaver dams coming up through here. They've been busy. Pretty easy riding. Pretty awesome flowers coming up in through here. Hey, Jimmer Jam. Yeah, we're fixing to turn around and start working our way back. Gonna have a little snack here and start working our way back. But yeah, this country's about as wild as it gets. Trails are not, other than that one we were riding up, it kind of fizzles out. Trails aren't good. This is pretty wild country out here in this neck of the woods. So, you know, it pretty much, I think, said it pretty much burned the entire Leopold Wilderness as black fire about 3 years ago, and pretty much an entire mountain range. 330,000 acres, I believe, is what it was, and didn't really. It's coming back pretty good. The upper country, the mixed conifer forest, that's what took the hardest hit, and some of that you just can't even get through anymore. There's, after them fires burn, that locust brush comes back, and you can't even hardly hike through it. I'm going to show you a little bit before we end this deal, and you'll see what I mean. But we'll start working our way back. Right, Scoot? Yeah, this is that locust I was telling you about. I don't know if you can see, but it's got some really sharp thorns all up and down, and it will grow so thick mean, there's a little trail through here, but it'll grow so thick that you can't ride through it. You can't hike through it. You can't do nothing with this stuff. And pretty much grows mostly in the high country, the mixed conifer forest. When it burns, this stuff comes back. And it'll eventually make a tree, but it's going to take 50 years, so. We didn't make it up into any of that country, but it's pretty awful stuff. Come on, Scoot. Hey, Will. Thanks for spending the last couple of days here with me in the Leopold. This is kind of where we did the bulk of our hunting and guiding. And it's been good. So thanks for coming along, and hope everyone has a great day.